we weren't hearing a lot about castes in mainstream discourse, certainly not from Dalits, and certainly not in North India. The conversation in the part of the country that I was, where I grew up, where I worked, which was in Delhi, grew up in Rajasthan, heard about caste from pundits, from consultants, from dominant caste people. And rarely did we have conversations by Dalit people. And of course, there have been robust political movements in UP. In my childhood, Kumari Mayawati was a prime minister. I knew about the BSP party. I obviously knew about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but none of my contemporaries were talking about caste. And Rohit was the first Dalit person whose writing I encountered, and whose writing was so brilliant and moving, but also extremely powerful, that I think it inspired a generation of Dalit leaders and Dalit folks, including myself, to own our identity and to tell our own stories. And in 2016, when I came out as Dalit, you might remember, folks might remember as well, that it was quite the moment because there was so much attention on Rohit's passing. There was a lot of politicking that was happening. It was the early days of the BJP government. They were still kind of settling in, and the responses were being watched. So there was a lot that was going on, and caste really became a flashing point. And in that moment, when I realized that I am at Columbia, I had the opportunity to leave the country and really examine my caste, which is, I was hiding my caste identity growing up my entire life. I did not talk about caste. I did not associate with any anti-caste movements or literature or thinking or ideology. Even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is somebody I did not feel like I could claim. And Rohit's writing is what did that for me. And I wrote this note today, I'm coming out as Dalit, and it kind of, took the country by storm, I think it's fair to say at this point. It went viral within the diaspora here in the US, in the UK, it was shared. I remember I worked at an ad agency, and what my Indian colleague said, oh my God, I read about your story on NDTV. And we were both in New York, and it was quite the moment. So that made me realize that there was an impact that my work had in a way that my journalism before that hadn't.